The click of her heels on the hardwood floor had been the soundtrack to our life for 10 years. Click, 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 a rhythm I found comforting, familiar. Until it started grating on my nerves, a constant reminder of the secrets echoing in our supposedly happy home. Click, 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 towards a future I no longer recognized. It started subtly. Late nights at the office, a new perfume clinging to her skin, a whispered phone call she'd cut short when I entered the room. The telltale signs, the ones you see in movies and think, I'd never be that blind. But I was. I wanted to be. We had a good life, a beautiful daughter, Lily, who was the sun around which our little universe revolved. I clung to that, to the image of the perfect family we presented to the world. Then came the gut feeling, the one that gnaws at you from the inside out. I started checking her phone, a violation I hated myself for, but couldn't stop. That's when I found him. Connor. The name was seared into my memory, a brand on my soul. The texts were sickeningly sweet, filled with promises and declarations of a love that was supposed to be mine. My world imploded. The comfortable rhythm of our life shattered. I didn't confront her, not immediately. Instead, I plotted. Revenge is a dish best served cold, they say. And mine would be glacial. I booked a surprise trip. A week in the Bahamas, just the three of us. Hope was ecstatic, chattering about beaches and cocktails. She even bought a new swimsuit, a scarlet red one that screamed defiance. Defiance against what, I wondered. The life she was so carelessly discarding. The day of the trip arrived, filled with the manufactured excitement Hope couldn't quite hide. She fussed over Lily, packing her favorite toys and humming a cheerful tune. I watched, a silent observer in my own life, a ghost haunting his own home. At the airport, I handed her the boarding pass. Her smile faltered, her eyes widening as they scanned the single ticket. One way, to Reno, Nevada. What is this? She stammered, the color draining from her face. Your surprise, I said, my voice flat, devoid of any emotion. I thought you'd appreciate a fresh start. Closer to Connor. The gasp for air was audible, a choked sound that echoed through the bustling airport. Lily, oblivious to the tension, tugged at my hand, asking when the plane would take off. I looked down at her, my heart aching. Mommy needs to go on a different adventure, sweetheart, I said softly. Just her. Hope's carefully constructed facade crumbled. Tears streamed down her face as she pleaded, bargained, denied. The denial was the hardest to stomach. The sheer audacity of it, after the weeks of whispered phone calls and clandestine meetings. You're crazy, she hissed, her voice laced with venom. You can't do this. I already have, I replied, handing her a small envelope. Inside were divorce papers and a copy of a bank statement showing a significantly depleted joint account. I've also spoken to a lawyer. You'll be hearing from him soon. I picked up Lily, her small hand gripping mine tightly. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go home. Leaving Hope standing there, amidst the chaos of the airport, was the most liberating moment of my life. The click of her heels faded into the background noise, replaced by the soft murmur of my daughter's voice. But my revenge wasn't complete. Not yet. I knew Connor. I knew his routine. He was a creature of habit, predictable in his infidelity. Every Tuesday evening, he met Hope at a secluded bar downtown. This Tuesday, I would be there too. The bar was dimly lit, the air thick with cigarette smoke and hushed conversations. I spotted them in a booth in the back, their heads closed together, their hands intertwined. My blood ran cold, but I maintained my composure. I walked towards them, my steps deliberate, my purpose clear. Connor looked up first, his eyes widening in surprise, then fear. Hope's reaction was more visceral. She recoiled as if struck, her face a mask of pure terror. Hello, Hope, I said, my voice calm, even. Connor. The confrontation was brief, but brutal. I didn't resort to violence, though the urge was overwhelming. My words were weapons enough. I laid bare their affair, exposing their lies and deceit to the few patrons within earshot. The hushed whispers turned into open stares, the judgment palpable. Connor, a coward to the core, tried to slink away, but I blocked his path. Not so fast, I said, holding his gaze. You don't get to walk away from this. You destroyed my family. You deserve everything that's coming to you. I didn't need to elaborate. His reputation, his career, his carefully constructed life, it was all crumbling around him. And hope, stripped bare of her lies and illusions, was left to pick up the pieces. The drive home was quiet. Lily fell asleep in the backseat, her small hand still clutching mine. I looked at her, my heart filled with a bittersweet mixture of sadness and resolve. My life had been irrevocably altered, but I would rebuild it, stronger than before. For Lily, for myself, the click of hope's heels was gone, replaced by the quiet hum of the engine, a new rhythm, a new soundtrack to a life I was finally taking control of. It wasn't the life I had envisioned, but it was mine. And in the silence, I found a strange sense of peace. The storm had passed, the damage was done, but the sun was starting to break through the clouds.